Here's your host, Alex Garrett.
All right, we are simulcasting both on Spreaker.com and Wisdom. There's something I feel is wise to say right now. And that is, do not let the lockout of Major League Baseball, opening day in the first two series, distract from real life issues. Don't let them say in the news, Kyiv will fall to Russia. I don't see it. I feel like there's going to be a strong pushback, and with NATO deploying forces, with us being there, I feel like Russia is hampered. I don't want you to listen to what they're saying in the world, that Kyiv's going to fall. But I also don't want you to totally listen to the notifications or pay attention or get even wrapped up in the fact that Major League Baseball has now locked out from opening day to the first two series because of incompetence, because then no one could agree on either side. But we shouldn't get wrapped up in that. We have too much to focus on today, the first day of March. By the way, I found a Lucky Shamrock sticker on the steps in a Manhattan subway yesterday, and I thought maybe that's good luck. Maybe that's good luck in the long run. But yes, I'm upset that Major League Baseball won't be happening. Yes, I'm upset that Ukraine still is fighting for their own country. They should be having support by now. But they have to fight on by themselves, it feels like. Sanctions are going well, but at the end of the day, the Russians did take Kyiv's TV tower in Kyiv. At the end of the day, Russia has killed civilians. At the end of the day, Russia has also, bombed a children's cancer hospital. Did you know that? Did you know that? So I'm a little pissed, if you will, that the big story tonight is that Major League Baseball is locked out. That's baseball. Life is bigger than sports. I mentioned this the other day. I don't know what to expect from the State of the Union tonight by President Joe Biden. But I do know this. It may or may not be relevant, but it's far more important than whether Robert Manfred could actually bring people to the table or not. What's happening in the world right now, what's happening in New York, another stabbing I saw, another stabbing occurring in the subways. We have much to worry about, both New York-wide, nationally, and internationally. There are organizations that should be highlighted, that should be interviewed, like on Instagram, Ukraine New York, Ukrainian New York, UKR New York. Find them out now and tell me what you think. There's PayPal campaigns going on right now to support those in the devastation. There are evacuations continuing. And something more interesting to me is President Zelensky, Vladimir Zelensky. It's like Vladimir versus Vladimir. Isn't that interesting? Put out a call to foreign allies saying if you want to join foreign forces, you can. And now special forces from Britain and the United States, I think 5 each, 10 overall, are teaming up with Ukraine to defend Kyiv and the country of Ukraine. I think Putin thought this was going to be easy. I know now that morale is actually quite low among Russian troops, according to the New York Post. Of course, I'm not losing fact on the idea that civilian deaths have occurred. Of course they have. But the idea was that Ukraine was going to fall by the weekend. Kyiv was going to fall by the weekend. Neither of that has happened. Neither of that has happened. But, oh no, Major League Baseball's locked out. Let's focus on that important story. No, let's not. Let's not focus on that story right now. Baseball can wait. A country is fighting for its survival right now, and to take our eye off that would be actually pretty dumb. Let me say that again. To take our eye off that, and thanks for joining me on Wisdom Live right now, would be pretty dumb. Don't let the notifications of Major League Baseball being postponed distract you. Don't let the fact that MLBPA, the Players Association, is pissed off at Manfred and the owners, or this and the other, and Twitter's going crazy. That is nothing compared to what is going on right now on the ground in not just Ukraine, everywhere, in the sense of, and I know I don't mean to compare us to Ukraine. This is not. But we have, in a way, let an invasion of crime hit this city in New York, and we cannot take our eye off that. We cannot let our eyes wander away from the real news, the realities of life that are staring us right in the face. Staring us right in the face. And unfortunately for some, literally being slashed in the face. Literally being bombed in their hometown. But no. Baseball is locked out, so we have to drop everything and focus on that. I'm not letting that happen. I'm not letting that happen. And I hope you don't either. I see that there were mandates lifted, but now all of a sudden in different parts of New York, there are mask mandates again. After the CDC and New York State were proud to roll some of them back. But places like Broome, Tioga, Tompkins County, Seneca, Wayne Upstate, Yates, Clinton, a few New York counties have had it. So apparently COVID's not gone either, despite what we were told. But when you have stories like a human feces being thrown at a woman at a Bronx subway stop, I'm not going to get wrapped up in the idea that Major League Baseball is locked out. Not right now. Not when there are tons and tons and tons of issues. Right? Not when there are tons of issues. So I said on Twitter, and I posted on Instagram as well, AlexGNYC1, that while, yes, Major League Baseball locking out is a big deal, just a reminder that we're fighting for Ukrainians right now, that we're fighting for the safety of New York right now. We're even fighting for accessibility right now. We want elevator service to continue and not be shut down every other day. That's what I was writing about in my blog recently. There are so many battles to fight. Getting upset about a lockout between two big egomaniacal entities, Major League Baseball, the owners teaming up, and then don't forget the players who are already making millions, a lot of them. Don't let that be the shiny thing that you want to fix, when there are other ways you could help fix other things. Like, write to the mayor, tag the mayor, ask the mayor what the hell's going on with the city. Do you know, since the subway safe subway plan has happened, I've actually seen a few more homeless on the subways than I thought were going to be there. Do you know that it is unnerving If you walk into a Subway in New York City and see someone laying out and sleeping because of the cold, what happened to the homeless plan? What happened to it? I ask you right now. Because it seems like the Subway Safe Subway plan is either in full effect and not working, or not fully in effect and they're just rolling it out now. I don't know. But again, it's a tax-paying dollar initiative that we need to deal with. Now, the other story I've been grappling with personally, and maybe you have too, is, are you spending a lot on your subscriptions? Are you spending a lot on things you subscribe to? Does that tire you out? Does that make you a little like, why am I spending this? Well, maybe it's time to downsize in 2022. Maybe it's time to get a cheaper way to get a domain name than $104 a month. Maybe it's time to say, we're cutting costs this year. We want to save up again. The pandemic took a lot of our money. We want to save up. And so I want to bring on people who are saving and who are cutting costs and who are downsizing, because maybe that's the best way to go. Maybe it is. Personally, we can worry about everything, but if we don't have the proper means because we're paying hundreds on a subscription that we don't need, maybe it's time to think about that too. So, I have made a vow that I will not pay for subscriptions I can't quite afford right now. And I guess I'm trying to inspire you to do the same. And the other idea is maybe earning these subscriptions, like maybe setting aside some revenue that you make or some income that you make for the specific subscription that you might not be able to afford right now. You can in the future if you set aside money for that one thing you really want, that shiny object that you want to have in your life at all times or whenever you want. Maybe it's time we stop being so spending, and I know we can't help it because we have been locked in for a couple of years now, for the most part. Just think before you spend. And maybe the money you earn right now could get you to where you want to be in getting that one thing you want to subscribe to. For me, it's Sling TV, and yes, they are a sponsor of this podcast, and I'm very grateful for that. But I want to, make people, I want to make it so that if the advertising does work out, that's how I would pay. I'm not really willing to bang on something if I can't quite afford it, or the ROI, which we all talk about, is not there yet. But it will be. And I'm planning on talking about Sling TV a little more down the road. But for now, that is personally my shiny object. And the lesson I want to say is I'm cutting costs and I'm going to work to earn for that specific thing by itself. And maybe you, out of this talk, could find something that, maybe I can't make that right now, but I will make it down the road. I will afford that down the road. It's like a goal of what you can afford, and then have left over after that. So maybe it's time we start earning our way again and continuing to earn our way and to earning towards what we want in this life, whether it's a trip, whether it is, a subscription to something. But cutting costs and devoting earnings to that special thing you want might make you happier, because you won't be stressed out about utilizing the weekly paycheck. You'll have an extra motivation and an extra way to save. That's how I'm going to try, and we'll see if it works out. And to earn it entirely. Not just buy willy-nilly and maybe I won't get an ROI on it, but focus on things that you can get an ROI on, that you want to have an ROI on. And I think sponsorship is huge. And I'm learning from podcasters out there how to get that. But for now, I'm speaking things into existence. And you guys are my audience, so thank you on Alex Garrett Podcasting. Thank you for always listening. Thank you on Wisdom for listening as well. And you know, we're just getting started on this app, and we're continuing the journey that has seen a ton of impressions over the last few months. I can't explain why, but over the last 30 days, it shot up, and I thank you for that, and I'm grateful for that. And I want to just say one more time, do not take your eye off the news and the realities even you face personally. Because while we're seeing the effects and the horrors over in Ukraine, we have our own challenges to deal with daily. Do we not? And downsizing could help us get to our goal, and devoting some sort of our income to that one thing we want, building up for that one thing, so that we can enjoy it without being stressed. Oh, why am I paying for this again? No, don't think about it that way. Think, I can afford it because I earned my way to getting this subscription I wanted. For me, that's Sling TV. Sling TV, $35 a month. $35 a month. And for 3-day free trial, you get to watch sports. You get to have news and everything literally on the go with Sling TV. And I have a link which you can find in the podcast comments on Alex Garrett Podcasting. I have a link. And maybe join me on my journey with Sling TV and subscribe, because I think it's such a useful tool. I want to keep using it to keep up to date for this podcast also. So that being said, I'm Alex Garrett. We'll talk to you soon. Check out Sling TV. Do not lose focus on the things at hand. And may God bless you and all of us in this time of crisis. Things are going to look up. We can all get there together. It's the Luck of the Irish month, isn't it? St. Patrick's Day month, March. See green. Feel that green light to go ahead with what you want to do and live life. And we may pray that Ukraine can live life again with help from around the globe, really. It's amazing how that's been going on and the support that's been going on. Rightfully so. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon on Alex Garrett Podcasting and on Wisdom at AGWise91. Instagram, AlexGNYC1. And my website, alexgnyc.com. Take care, and thanks for tuning in.